rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your host Majestic speaking with another episode of MechWarrior Online here, and today is a very special edition of MechWarrior Online in the Epic series. First and foremost, to everyone celebrating this weekend, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then Happy Holidays. I hope you're all having a great week, a great weekend, spending time with your friends, your family, all of your loved ones. I hope you're enjoying the holiday season as, you know, it's all really here at this point. So I hope that you're enjoying it. I know I certainly am. Today's video is going to focus around an Epic series match with the CICADA. So as you can see, I have the holiday paint on there, the red, green, and white for Christmas. We're going to dive into the builds real quick and then jump right into the epic round. First and foremost, let's check out the hard points. 0 ballistic, 5 energy, 0 missile, 1 AMS, and 0 ECM. This is the CICADA 2B. Now, before we get into the skill tree and how all that's going to change, as of right now, in its current state, MechWarrior Online does still have the quirk summary list for this guy, so I'm so happy that I was able to get around in with this guy with the quirks that it still does have for the time being. Acceleration, deceleration rate, turn rate, structure bonuses all over the place, so it's a pretty tanky medium. It's got energy cooldown bonus of 20%, energy heat generation of 20%, and a medium pulse laser cooldown bonus of 5%. So we have a 25% cooldown if we use medium pulse lasers. We have 5 energy hard points, and we're also getting a 20% bonus from energy heat generation, which is perfect. So, you know, this thing cools down. It's very heat efficient from the standpoint that it does have that energy heat generation bonus, but we're also cooling down a lot faster, so it really is a fantastic mech. Honestly, I'm gonna say it right now, guys. I might be part of that little CICADA cult pretty soon after you see this round of gameplay. This is an absolutely fantastic mech, and things might shift obviously with the skill tree coming out and changing everything. But as for right now, the CICADA 2B is an absolutely incredible mech, and now I really do understand why you guys love this thing so much. So as you can imagine, with those 5 energy hard points, filled them all up with medium pulse lasers, 2 in the left arm, 2 in the right arm, and 1 in the center torso. It has an XL300 in there. It is a completely mastered mech, so with speed tweak, this thing is going 130.6 kph, 40 out of 40 tons, 75 out of 78 slots, 268 out of 274 armor. I took 6 armor hard points out of the head. We do want to make sure that we have armor on the rest of this thing. We want to protect our core torsos so we don't pop if we, you know, or we don't pop as easily, I should say. So we do want to make those heavily armored. The arms, obviously, having the hard points for the energy slots, we need to make sure that those are pretty tanky and beefy as well. So I made sure that there was full armor on there, the center torso, and obviously the legs. That is a huge aspect about the CICADA that really sets it apart from other mediums, is the fact that this thing flies across the battlefield. Being a 40-ton medium and going 131 kph, this thing is absolutely blazing across the battlefield. So coupling that with all the quirks and everything, unreal. So as I said, 268 out of 274 armor, 1.43 is the heat management ratio. We have 10 internal heat sinks and then 5 that were placed, 2 on top of the engine, 1 on the right torso, and then 2 in the left torso. It has a 30-point alpha, and as I said, with speed tweak and everything, it's running a 130.6 kph. So this thing is not only blazing, but it has a lot of quirks and everything that really coincide nicely, that really conform to this mech perfectly. And you know, hopefully you guys see that in the round of gameplay that we're about to go through, but they really complement it. It's a very unique mech, and having these kinds of hard points and the speed and the quirks that go along with it for now is just incredible. So I'll hopefully show you guys that out on the battlefield, but first and foremost, let's check out the modules. Advanced Seismic Sensor, Target Info Gathering are the 2 mech modules that I placed on here. You get the extra mech module slot with the CICADA, so we're actually able to fit potentially 3 mech modules or 3 weapon modules. So I decided to go with 3 mech modules because I'm only using 1 weapon type. So I used Advanced Seismic Sensor, Target Info Gathering as my 2 primary mech modules. In the weapon modules, I just used the Medium Pulse Laser cooldown. So now we have a 37% cooldown on those Medium Pulse Lasers, coupling that with the basic quirks that come with the mech, with the standard quirks, I should say. And then you have the Medium Pulse Laser range. So we get a 10% bonus on our range for the Medium Pulse Lasers. Now, in that mech weapon module slot that we have that we can either choose between the 2, I decided to go with radar deprivation. So we'll be able to detect any enemies via vibrations in the ground within 250 meters. We have target info gathering, so that speeds up our detailed targeting information by 25%. And now we have radar deprivation. So if we hide behind a wall or anything, unless there's a UAV or we get narked or something like that, we're going to be completely hidden. So all in all, this thing, unbelievable mech. I completely understand where the Cicada cult comes from now, just simply from taking this guy out, even for just a couple matches. It's absolutely an incredible mech. Cool Shot 9x9 and the improved artillery strike are the 2 consumables that I decided to go with, just to make sure that we stay cool, and obviously if we get into a position where we can actually, run across the battlefield, see where a grouping of their maybe their assault lance or their assaults and heavies are grouped up or something, drop that artillery strike on there, and whether it's getting my team into a better position or just putting down some extra damage on them, hopefully they don't get out of the way quick enough, and we just amplify a little bit more damage, make them all yellow. So that's what I decided to go with for the consumables. This thing is fully loaded, completely mastered, as I mentioned before. But now it's time to dive into our epic round of gameplay with the Cicada 2B in this special Christmas holiday edition of MechWarrior Online. So let's pop into the game and see how this thing actually performs. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Our first and only round of gameplay is going to take place on the Mining Collective, which I happen to think is a perfect map for this particular mech. So first and foremost, what we're going to do, we do have to take note of the fact that we are playing Conquest, and with our speed being 131 kph, we're definitely going to take advantage of that by capping some resources early. So people like to consider the Cicada the confused light mech, just because of the fact that it has the speed of a light, but it also has the tankiness of a medium. So definitely has some attributes that cross over between both weight classes. Now, we're going to cap Gamma here, and it looks like they have a cap on Epsilon going, and Sigma. So they're going to have a 2-to-1 cap advantage pretty early here, but we're going to stick in this square for the entire duration. We're going to make sure that that bar is completely full, especially this early in the match. Nothing has really developed yet. No kind of push or flank or anything is happening, so we want to take advantage of this time while we have it and just completely fill up Gamma while we have the opportunity to. Now we're going to move forward here and peer over the little ramp here, and we do have some fire coming in. Now this Orion looks like he's over there, and a Cicada is with him, so we're going to have to keep an eye on both of these guys, see what kind of movement they do. We're going to get some extra shots down. That Orion looks like he's just trying to get back into cover a little bit. And he has a Jaeger mech friend with him. That might be a dual AC-20 Jaeger mech, so we have to be careful. Already have an orange center torso, so we're not going to stick around too long with him in the fray. But we're going to just stand our ground. I'm keeping an eye on the mini-map just to see what kind of support we have. Don't we want to be targeted if we don't have to? That Orion, again, is coming around. It looks like he's just doing circles. I'm not really sure what he's going for. So we were able to get some extra shots down on him. Now his arm is cored, his back is cored, and even that back right torso is cored as well, so he's going to go down pretty quick. I'll let my team finish him off. I'm going to focus on this Jaeger, and we're going to get some free back shots on him. There goes the Orion. As you can see, the prompt in the left corner. He's completely down. This Jaeger is getting flanked from both sides from my team. He's going to try and get some shots off on us. Misses with that AC-20 shot. That gives us some free reign to put some damage down on him, and my team ultimately wraps it up and gets the kill. So it's 2-to-1 at this point. Now, they did get a kill on us, and there's another kill, so now it's 2-to-2. My friend in front of me just lost his arm to this Cicada, and the Cicada completely overheated, so he's in a really bad spot at this point. Completely cherry, and my team is able to wrap it up and get the kill. Now we're going to whip around the side here and just take a little peek at what is left. So I have a feeling that the rest of their team is on the other side of the map, considering Kappa and now Theta are being capped, so we know that there's got to be at least one guy in the middle trying to cap Theta. So now with the reinforcements, we're going to head towards the center. We completely sealed off our flank, which is perfect. We're going to get some free shots, hopefully. Yeah, on this Black Knight, it looks like he's getting targeted by multiple friendlies, so he doesn't know who to shoot for. It looks like he might just be trying to run to cover. Yeah, he's just going to try and get behind the wall as quick as he possibly can. He is accompanied by a Hunchback 4H. I haven't seen the 4H out on the battlefield in a long time. So maybe we could get some shots down on him. Yeah, he has his back turned, so we're going to be able to get some free shots on his back, and he's completely cored. One more shot should do it, and there he goes. So we did get the pop. We got the back armor, and there he goes. And we're going to keep coring up this Black Knight. He has no idea where they're, and an XL engine on that Black Knight takes him out of the picture very quickly. So 2 quick kills up on the top platform. Now we can start capping Theta and give ourselves a 3-2 cap advantage. Now their team is starting to whip around. They're leaving this King Crab in the back by himself. Now his team is in front of him, but they have no idea that I'm completely coring up his back armor. Finally, he's starting to take notice. He is accompanied by this Marauder 2C, and finally he's starting to pay attention to us. We got his attention, so he's not going to make it up with the rest of the team. They're probably going to split. Now, if I look up, we do have a UAV above us, and I do not want them to know my position, so there we go. Take that UAV out of the picture, and now we can get some more shots down. We're going to put a shot in on that Marauder 2C. He does get some AC fire down on us, but that doesn't mean we weren't able to put down a salvo on him as well. Now, my team is focusing up on that Scorch Hero, and there he goes. They dropped an airstrike, but we were just able to avoid it. Now, we're going to poke around this corner, keep getting some shots, and they're going to focus in on me, but we have to support our own Marauder 2C, who's also poking around the corner, and make sure that we can secure this area of the map. So we're going to keep poking around the corner, constantly get these shots down. Just stay patient. We don't want them to know when we're going to poke around the corner. Again, we get a full salvo in there. They did spray me with a little bit of large laser fire. We're going to keep focusing in on that King Crab. He's got to be cored at this point. There's no doubt about it that he is completely wrecked. And there he goes. We got him to pop. So there goes his center torso. We're able to take him out of the match. And now he has 2 Marauder 2Cs. One that's in front of us, Alpha, and this other guy that looks like he's just trying to hide and get away. We're going to get another shot in on Alpha. And then we pop the other guy. So he actually goes down. Alpha is running away. And now we can secure the top of this ramp. So what's in front of us? Juliet is here. Kodiak 3. We're going to be able to get some free shots on him. He has no idea that we finally got the flank on them, so we're going to be able to core him up pretty quickly with the rest of my team that's with me, and he's going to go down pretty quick any second now. We might overheat here, but it's okay. Totally fine. There we go. He finally goes down. So now it looks like all we have left is this Timberwolf in front of us. Someone else must have gotten that other Marauder 2C Alpha. He's out of the picture. So last target here is the Timberwolf. We're coring him up, and there he goes. My team is able to wrap it up. And that's going to do it for this epic round of gameplay in the Cicada 2B, executed flawlessly by the rest of the team. So huge props to them as well. Let's check out the stats for the round. 4 kills, 6 assists, 1,209 damage with 8 components destroyed. This thing is an absolute monster. Now I completely understand where that Cicada cult following comes from. And there are the stats for the rest of the round. This is definitely one of my all-time greatest rounds in MechWarrior Online. So I completely get where you guys are coming from and why you love this mech so much. It just has so many attributes that are fantastic, that make it very unique, very versatile, very maneuverable, and overall a blast to play. So thank you guys for suggesting the chassis to me. Please feel free to check out the links in the description if you are feeling generous about the holidays. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of MechWarrior Online. Merry Christmas again to everyone, and I hope you enjoy the holiday season. Take care, guys.